This 16-year-old girl opened fire on an elementary school because she hated Mondays. This is Brenda Spencer. Her mom pretty much abandoned her when she was really young, leaving her to be raised by her father. But Brenda's father was an abusive alcoholic. He didn't really work, they didn't have a lot of money, and allegedly Brenda's father began to essay her when she was only 9 years old. Brenda was a really troubled kid. She got good grades in school, but she kind of acted out in school. She was the bad kid. She was skipping school, using substances. Brenda confided in a teacher at school about the abuse at home and that she was depressed and contemplating unaliving herself. That teacher went to Brenda's father, told him all that, and recommended therapy for Brenda, but Brenda's father said to leave them alone and that his kid was fine. Brenda did attempt to unalive herself multiple times. She would tell her father about this. She begged him to get her some kind of help for her mental health. And, this was the 70s, so mental health awareness wasn't really a thing like it is today. Not trying to make excuses for Brenda's father because he is the worst. That Christmas, Brenda was 16 years old. She asked for a radio for Christmas, but instead her father bought her a weapon. He bought his 16-year-old daughter, who was depressed and attempting to unalive herself, a semi-automatic. It seemed like her father got her this as a gift because he wanted her to unalive herself. She began to, after school every single day, hunt and kill small animals, which is something that young killers do. They start out with animals. And at school, Brenda started telling a bunch of people that she was planning something really big that was going to get her on TV. On January 29th, 1979, it was a Monday. It was really early in the morning. Brenda skipped school that day, and across the street from Brenda's house was an elementary school. All the elementary students were outside, lined up in the schoolyard, waiting to enter the school once the bell rang, and 16-year-old Brenda grabbed her brand new semi-automatic, and from her bedroom window from across the street from the elementary school, she began to open fire on the children. Brenda fired a total of 30 shots, which shot and injured 8 children and 1 police officer. She also took the lives of 2 of the elementary school employees that gave up their lives to protect some of the children and get them to safety. Those 2 brave school employees that gave up their lives to protect these children was the principal, Burton Ragg, and a custodian for the school named Mike Shushar. Police had to park a huge truck in front of the school's entrance to block Brenda's attack from across the street. Brenda then barricaded herself in her house for hours while her house was completely surrounded by police officers and SWAT team. A local journalist called Brenda's house at this time while she's barricaded herself inside and asked her why she did it, and 16-year-old Brenda infamously said that she opened fire on this elementary school because she hated Mondays and it made it more fun. And after over 7 hours, a negotiator was able to convince Brenda to surrender after they promised her that they would give her Burger King. And only a month after this huge tragedy, an Irish rock band ended up putting out a song that was inspired about this tragedy called I Don't Like Mondays, and it ended up going #1 in 32 countries. They got a lot of backlash, but they didn't care because they got their bag. And this only further traumatized these poor children and the loved ones and people that lost their lives even more. Brenda pled guilty to 2 counts of murder and was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison, but she was never charged with the 8 attempted murder counts for the 8 children that she shot. And since that, Brenda has been denied parole 5 or 6 times, and she's been denied mainly because she has never showed remorse until very, very recently. And to be honest, 46 years later, finally showing remorse for what you did is too little too late. During each of her parole hearings, Brenda would always have a new excuse on why she did what she did. She never actually took responsibility. The one time she said that she was under the influence at the time, and that's why she shouldn't have been charged with murder. She should have been charged with manslaughter. But when she was arrested, they did give her a toxicology test, and the toxicology report came up that she was completely sober. Another time she said that she was hallucinating, so she didn't actually mean to hurt anyone. She also said that she wasn't actually aiming at anyone. She didn't mean to actually shoot anyone. She just wanted the SWAT team to shoot her and take her life because she wanted to unalive herself, which doesn't make sense because she fired 30 shots and shot 11 people. So that's like over 1/3 of the shots, and that's just like statistically impossible if you're not meaning to actually shoot anyone. Another time, Brenda blamed her terrible childhood and the fact that her father was SAing her. Some people don't believe that her father was SAing her. I 100% believe her, which doesn't excuse her actions at all, but I'm just saying I do believe her because Brenda's father, Wallace, when he was 41 years old, he married Brenda's cellmate when she was in juvie, and that was a 17-year-old girl, 41 and 17, and he ended up getting the 17-year-old girl pregnant. So and that's the case of Brenda Spencer. Pretty scary girl. She's still up for parole still, but I don't think she'll ever be released, if I'm just being completely honest. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. While you're there, please let me know what case you want to see me cover next. And until then, love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time.